Hola, ¿qué tal? We are ready to begin our Spanish course and our textbook. And Lección Uno, Lesson 1, is entitled Hola, hi. ¿Qué tal? Which is sort of like, what's up? So this is a very common greeting among friends. Hola, ¿qué tal? Men and women. So today in this video, we're going to concentrate on words related to meeting, greeting, and saying goodbye, and some courtesy expressions. So we'll turn to pages 2 and 3, and you can read along in your vText by clicking into your VHL super site and then clicking on the vText tab, or you can follow along in your paper textbook as I read the Spanish. So, hola, ¿qué tal? Saludos, meaning greetings. Despedidas, goodbyes. Saludos y despedidas. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Good evening. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Hasta la vista, baby. Oh, maybe I should leave out baby. Hasta la vista. See you later. And we know who made that famous. Hasta pronto. See you soon. Hasta mañana. See you tomorrow. So these are very typically spoken among people who know one another and also people who are meeting for the first time. And they're common throughout Hispanic cultures. Let's take a look at these two young ladies, Juana y Sofia, and they appear to be friends, and they're saying goodbye. Hasta luego, Sofia. Ciao, which is a very familiar word to us from Italian, used in Spanish and in English, meaning goodbye, and it's an informal word. Ciao, Juana. Nos vemos mañana. Nos vemos mañana. We'll see each other tomorrow. Okay, now as we proceed here, I want us to take a look at the two words particularly that are going to be of utmost importance in our beginning of the Spanish language. One is usted, which is you, and we call it the formal you. Okay, and let's look at why it is formal. When we look at these two people in the photo, they're older people looking as though maybe they're meeting in the street, perhaps they're neighbors, acquaintances, and one is señora, a married woman, and she says, hola, señor Lara. Hi, señor Lara. ¿Cómo está usted? Muy importante, very important. So repeat again. ¿Cómo está usted? Usted meaning the formal you. Señor answers, muy bien, gracias. Very well, thank you. Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? And you? So he's answering her back in a formal way. Señora Salas, ¿y usted? Señora Salas? Señora answers, bien, gracias. Bien, gracias. Well, thank you. Hasta luego, señora Salas. See you soon, señora Salas. Saludos al señor Sala. Greetings to Mr. Sala. And the señora answers, adios. So we see that the use of usted here is between people who are not close friends, as these two young women are, or these two young college men, but they're more acquaintances. greeting each other. So now we look at this type of conversation. ¿Cómo estás? Notice the estás, we will learn later, is familiar. So there are two U's, two ways of being and talking in Spanish. One formal, using usted, and we'll see in a moment the other way, the informal. ¿Cómo estás? This is called the familiar way. How are you? Ay, no muy bien. Not very well. No muy bien. ¿Qué pasa? What's wrong? What's happening? What's going on? And here we see a conversation. It looks as though it might be on the campus between Carlos y Roberto. Carlos is saying, ¿Qué tal, Roberto? Roberto answers, regular. ¿Y tú? Here is where the second important word in these conversations appears. Tú. This is the informal you, which we don't have in English. We just have you, whether we know the person or not. This is very, very important in Spanish because the usted is used in a much more formal context. The tú is used among friends, and I'll outline that a little bit more in detail. So he answers regular. Now in our culture, we probably would never answer, oh, how are you? Oh, I'm regular. And you? Regular has an entirely different meaning in our culture. In Spanish, it has absolutely nothing to do with the intestinal tract. It just is meaning, okay, I'm fine. So you can choose to use regular or not, but it is very commonly used in the Spanish-speaking world, as well as bien. Then Carlos answers, bien, I'm well. ¿Qué hay de nuevo? Which is a little bit of slang. What's new? ¿Qué hay de nuevo? Roberto, nada, nothing. So this is a quick greeting, but notice the two. These two are friends. Okay? Whereas the usted used here is defining these people as acquaintances. So we're going to look here at Laura and Esteban. And looking at the picture, I would guess that they're just meeting each other for the first time, but they both seem to be perhaps students, about the same age. And in this context, when you're meeting someone, even though they're new as students, you can use the familiar immediately. So Laura says, buenos días. Me llamo Laura. Buenos días. Good day or hello. Me llamo Laura. My name is Laura or Laura. Esteban answers, buenos días. Me llamo Esteban. Me llamo Esteban. My name is Esteban. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto, which means pleased to meet you. Laura. El gusto es mío. The pleasure is mine. El gusto es mío. ¿De dónde eres? This little eres word is a clue, just like estás, with that S on the end, that it is an informal way of asking. Where are you from? And we'll learn about this as we go along, so don't feel that you have to understand this grammatically now. Just enjoy the conversations. Let's go back here. El gusto es mío. The pleasure is mine. ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? Esteban answers, soy de los Estados Unidos, de Texas. Here we have some cognates. Estados Unidos look like the United States, and Texas looks like Texas to me. So he is answering, I am from the United States, from Texas. Now Now let's look here at the presentaciones. It's another cognate, a word that means presenting of one person to another, or introductions. Very common, all of these. ¿Cómo se llama usted? There's our famous word usted, the formal you. Okay. What is your name? Notice the F-O-R-M for formal. Okay. And if we're going to ask in an informal basis, we ask, ¿Cómo te llamas tú? And here we have F-A-M, meaning familiar. What is your name? Le presento a, I present you to, I would like to introduce you to. And the word le is formal. We'll learn about that later and why. Te presento a, I would like to introduce you to. The te is a familiar person. Someone that you know, I'm presenting you to. Este es, this is, and it's a masculine person, the este. And esta es, this is a feminine person. So we're noticing in Spanish right off that there is a masculine and a feminine form, as well as the you, formal and informal. So we're just getting a taste of this in this first lesson. So we look at the picture here, and it looks as though there are some introductions going on. And it looks as though the lady in the middle is introducing the woman here on her left to the gentleman. So let's see what they're saying. Susana in the middle is saying Leti. Este, as we saw up here, this is, este es el señor Garza. Leti, este es el señor Garza. And Leti, or Leticia, as her formal name is, answers encantada. Encantada. It's exactly the same as mucho gusto. It's just another way of saying pleased to meet you. Señor Garza answers igualmente. Equally. Me too. The pleasure is mine as well. Igualmente. ¿De dónde es usted, señora? Here is our clue right here that he's speaking to her in a formal way. ¿De dónde es usted, señora? Where are you from, señora? Whereas on the other page here, or on the other photo, we have ¿de dónde eres? Where are you from? Which is the informal way of asking. And we will learn a lot about that, as I said, as we go along. Señor answers, de México. De México. At the bottom we have expresiones de cortesía. Two cognates here. Expresiones, expressions, de, of, cortesía. Looks like English, sounds a bit like English, spelled like English. Expressions of courtesy. And these are well known throughout the Hispanic world. Por favor, please. De nada, you're welcome. De nada. No hay de qué. No hay de qué. These two are interchangeable. You're welcome. Just depends on what area you're in. You can use either one, and you will be understood. Lo siento. Lo siento. I'm sorry. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Thanks very much. Thanks a lot.